Good morning, JIU associates. They're filming me ahead of time, and I'm sorry I can't be with you today. Where am I, you may ask? Well, I could tell you that if truth be known, somebody told me to take a hike. Actually, that's really not what anybody at JIU told me, because you've all been so very kind and good to me. And I should tell you, I have enjoyed every day that I've been here. I'd like to talk about a few of the things that we've been able to accomplish this year. And although they focus on achieving academic excellence, please understand that none of these would have happened if there were not a lot of partnerships that are working together to make all sorts of good things happen for JIU and, more important, for the students we serve. Let's talk about some of the things that we've been able to do. I think I'm most proud of the improvement that we're making in the assessment of student learning. We've had a process for some time, but what we're doing now is adding technological fixes that are going to allow us to be much more granular in terms of our being able to understand how well students have learned. And because of that granularity, and because of the ease of the access of information for all of us, we'll be able to do a lot more for our students than we've been able to do in the past. And then we've got several teams from academic affairs working on the course rewrites, and working on the instructional design, and working on the institutional research, and working on all of those things that this requires, like the NCATE requirements and the HLC requirements, to make sure we are covering all of our bases. Another thing I'm very proud of is the improvements that we are making in student retention. And we started by working on the first 4 courses. And as Christine and Brian will be telling you, we have made progress in terms of improving the rate at which students are successful in those first 4 courses. And this was done through the activities of a lot of individuals, including the SSCs, and I can't thank Angie Mays enough for the work that she has done in this area. And also internally using Danette Lance, Dean Lance, and also a new faculty member by the name of Alex Garcia, who with their colleagues were able to put together a retention summit that produced a plan that said, this is how we can improve the rate of student success in the first 4 courses. We have also been able to improve our doctoral program. We spent some time on this. Roy Sutton has taken a real leadership in this and is now retreating to the classroom. But before he finished that part of his assignment with JIU, he was good enough to develop some processes by which we can assure that the students who come in are ready to do doctoral level writing or have the tools that they need to improve their writing so that they are able to do their dissertation at a reasonable rate of time. We're also working on the development of new orientation courses for the faculty and for students who are involved in the different degree levels. We've had more students graduate this last year than we ever have before. There were close to 1,000. We also had, for the first time, a doctoral hooding event, and I believe you've seen a video of that. And I should tell you that was not only a great deal of fun for us and for the graduates, but I think it was one of the finest things that we've done as an institution together. Should also tell you that we have been very successful in our work on NCATE accreditation. That is the programmatic accreditation for the School of Education. And that has done very well, and we're hoping to get notice of candidacy by the end of this year. And then we get to do quite a few assignments next year which will result in our being awarded membership in NCAPE programmatic accreditation by the end of next year. We're also working on our draft at this point for the HLC on notice report, which we will submit to HLC the end of this year. So you know how I will be spending New Year's Eve. Yes, it will be exciting working on the last little bit of the HLC document. It is looking very good and very positive, and we spent some time with Dr. Goldberg and with Acting President Tim Burke in understanding how best to frame this document so that it represents the very best that JIU can offer. We've also had good success coming from our students in the education program who are taking their national exams, and we have found we have had over a 90% rate on the passage of those exams, which is very good. We've also established a large number of committees for faculty to participate in. This was something that HLC had recommended that we do. So we've got curriculum committees, library committee, graduate committee, undergraduate committee, academic committee. We've got program review committees. We've got assessment of student learning committees. And we've had good faculty participation in these committees. And we recently did a survey asking them how satisfied they were with the committee structure. And we had overwhelmingly positive responses on those. And faculty also gave us the opportunity to make some improvements for continual improvement. Should tell you that approximately 30% of our adjunct faculty are involved with at least one committee. So we've got a lot of participation and a lot of good activity coming from that. You should also know that we have prepared a robust, comprehensive academic master plan. And I think there were 287 items in this plan. I could be a little wrong on that number. That might be a slight exaggeration, but it was a robust plan. And we've been able to make accomplishments in almost all of the areas. And by the end of next year, it will completely be finished, and then we'll write some more plans. Folks, I've said before, this is the best group of people I have ever had the good fortune of working with. And you should know how very much I am enjoying my time here and how I look forward to all the new things that are happening. By the way, you should also know that I have great respect for the Chancellor, Dr. Milton Goldberg. He and I spend quite a bit of time every week talking about the progress that we are making in academic affairs and the improvements we're making for academic excellence. You should know as well that I have great respect for the acting president, Tim Burke. Tim has done a masterful job and has led efforts for the development of a new approach and a new strategic plan. And I have every confidence that we will be able to accomplish what we need to do to take JIU to the next step. Well, I said earlier that I actually am not with you today, that I am indeed taking a hike. And let me tell you where I am. By the time you see this tape, I will be in Africa. And I will be looking up at an extinct volcano called Mount Kilimanjaro, Kili for short. I hope that's not a profound indication of what might happen to some of us as we try to ascend it. It is over 19,000 feet high, and the instructions say it will take us 5.5 days to walk up and 1.5 days to slide down. That's the part I'm more worried about than walking up. Denise Garcia has asked me to do a journal about my walk, and so I will. I'm going to carry this and think about all of you as I do this. We'll plant it at the top of a 19,251 foot peak, and I will tell you, I will think of each and every one of you as I walk up and as I slide down. Thank you so much for letting me do it this way, and we're going to keep on going and keep on growing and keep on serving students. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.